that is supposed to occupy any office, especially for ministerial nominees, they ought to have declared their assets, especially those who have occupied previous public offices. And you know that there's a requirement of the Constitution, especially the 5th Schedule, Part 2, which requires that the President, the Vice President, the Service Chief, Ministers, and heads of ministerial departments should declare their assets before they are screened. We saw that this was not the trend as we were going on with the screening, and I decided to draw the attention and the Senate to this fact. A few of them had actually complied, but a majority of them had not complied, and we felt it was a breach of our rule. Not only a breach of our rule, it's also a breach of the Constitution. And if we are trying to fight corruption, we must be seen as fighting it holistically, because that is another way of trying to fight corruption, because if we know what he was before he went into the office, and for those of them who are coming in, they ought to have declared end of tenure declaration and then the beginning of another tenure declaration. And I felt it was necessary for the Senate to take notice of that fact of our rules and the Constitution, so that we are guided by the laws and we are also operating with the laws. You know, this is our Senate. We have a very erudite, committed, distinguished Senate President of the Senate. And so we believe, and I think he agreed with me, that it was necessary, and the whole Senate agreed. So that is the point I just felt I should further expatiate. We are not doing anything out of, or we shunting anybody, but what we want to do is that we are seen as doing the things the way they ought to be done. And they've obliged us, and we are sure that before we go to the confirmation stage, because all we are doing is still the preliminary, we're also going to go through each of these documents during the confirmation period. So we'll take each document, and at that point, if they are not there, then we will have that draw the attention of the Senate to disqualify such candidates, and we think we're able to hold it at that point. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The issue is that if you are supposed to wake up at 8 o'clock and you wake up at 9 o'clock, you know already you cannot meet up what others have done by 8 o'clock. And so I don't want us to take that as a major issue. We are having a crash program. And when you have this kind of crash program, such mistakes are honest mistakes. They are not willful mistakes. And honest mistakes are accommodated in law. So to that extent, it is not that it is, because we know we're packaged. We ought to have gone on our recess today, but we are not there. We have not gone on recess. We don't work on Fridays, but we have suspended our rules to ensure that Nigerians get the ministerial list. So in that bid to rush, you know, definitely there will be some slips. But I think the Senate has taken that notice, and it's better that we corrected it than allowed it to go like that. So I don't think we have lost anything in all of this.